Solve the equation using the quadratic formula, and the equation is r squared plus 3r minus 5 equals 0. Okay, well, we're going to use the quadratic formula, but remember that before we solve using the quadratic formula, we need to make sure that it's in the standard form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So when we take a look at the problem, we can see that it's already in that form. Okay, so now we need to identify what is A, what is B, and what is C. So in this problem, we know that A is equal to 1, we know that B is equal to positive 3, and we know that C is equal to negative 5. Okay, and now we're going to use the quadratic formula. Now, recall here that the quadratic formula in this particular case, since we're looking for r, is going to be negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So now that we've written the formula, now we can go ahead and then plug in our values of a, b, and c. So r is going to equal negative, the value of b is 3, plus or minus, we're going to take the value of b, which is 3, and then square it, minus 4 times the value of a, which is 1, and times the value of c, which is negative 5. And then we're going to divide that by 2 times the value of a, which is 1. Okay. So now let's go ahead and then use order of operations. We have a negative times a positive 3, so that's going to be negative 3, plus or minus the square root of, well, 3 times 3 is 9. And then we have a minus 4 times a 1 times a negative 5. So that's the same thing as a negative times a negative, which is going to give us a positive. And 4 times 5 is going to give us 20. And then we're going to divide that by 2 times 1, which is 3. And so then we get the following answer. We get negative 3 plus or minus 9 plus 20 is 29 over 2. And so therefore, that's going to be our solution set. So let's go ahead and then plug that in. So we have negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 29. So negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 29. And that's all over 2. And the square root of 29 is not a perfect square. We can't break that down any further. So let's check our answer. And there is our result.